Find your reason and celebrate your wins. All right, I'm excited for this one. This is a video on mindset, and the title is Internal and External. Why you don't like practicing. I would say why we don't like practicing. I will start from something that is probably the most complex part, but without this part, really hard for us to progress in anything we're doing. First reason that I want to mention is the reason. So what is the reason why we are practicing, or we are trying to achieve something on our instrument, on the guitar, or whatever instruments you're practicing right now? And what I need to mention here is there are obviously, as you can see by the table here, internal reasons and external reasons, and one obviously category is stronger than the other. So let's start by mentioning some of the external reasons why you might want to practice. From my own experience, impressing a friend, or a girl, or a guy, or all of them. The second one could be, for example, parents, or make them, happy about your achievements. Get back haters, for example, right? You want to show them that you're great at what you do. You play live, you create great music, and so on. All these reasons obviously are not great, because guess what? The moment you study a song, you perform a song, and your friend or your girl, your guy doesn't like it, or your parents are not happy about it, or your haters still don't like you, you stop. Your reason is not strong enough. You're like, well, even if I try my best, this doesn't change, why should I even do it, right? Put a big cross on top of this, because these reasons are not strong enough. You're gonna stop. You're gonna have those ups and downs, because then guess what? You're gonna think about, well, maybe if I play another song, maybe if I play this solo faster, then they will be impressed. But guess what? This is out of your control, so it's not enough strong of a reason. So how about, instead of all these reasons here, how about genuinely love music? So the reason why is that you really love music and you want to learn more about it. You really like to learn new stuff. Another reason could be, for example, to find satisfaction in achieving goals. It's you against you, right? Like when you achieve something, you can play a song, a riff, whatever that is, a melody that you're studying, you feel satisfaction. That's why you're doing it, because you just want to get better. One could be more on the love to share or to create music. And careful about this, because a lot of times this goes here, right? We love to create because we love other people to like what we do, but that's again not strong enough for a reason. So all these reasons are internal, and it's about you loving the journey. It's about you learning something and achieving goals and so on. Even if no one would ever listen to your music, you would be okay with it, because it's about your journey through the process of learning music. So again, this is a hard one, but until we have these, everything else that I'm about to say becomes very, very hard, or it's harder than when you actually have it. Next step is, once you have the reason, you need to build processes related to your practice to bring you on top of the mountain, or like close to your goals, learning in a proper way. The first thing that I want to mention is time. A lot of us want to learn something, but don't plan the time to do so. So our practice is very ineffective, because we might go, oh, today I have 2 hours, tomorrow I have 5 minutes, and then I can practice until Friday, and so on. While consistency in practice is what really makes the difference. So having a set time every day, that can be a minimum of time and a maximum of time. For example, you can go, okay, minimum 30 minutes and maximum 3 hours. Give yourself also a maximum, can really, really help you in your journey. So set up that, right? When you have set up the time to do something, it's good if you have a list of things that you actually want to learn. This seems very silly, guys, but for the longest time, my list was very, very generic, was all the scales. I want to learn how to play jazz. It's so vague that it's very, very hard to have a plan about it. Your list needs to be very, very precise. It could be 5 forms of major scale, major triads, switch out of mind. Can be anything. Can be giant steps, can be switch out of mind, can be whatever you're practicing. These are main topics. Then, obviously, you can create sub-lists. And I hope I'm not gonna be too intricate about these guys, but this is really what it takes to learn actually faster and not lose momentum and not become frustrated to what you're doing. Now, we have 5 forms, right? So give to each form a timeline. For example, this week, I'm studying practicing only form 1, and next week, form 2, and so on. And also, remember, 12 keys. Let me practice this week 2 keys, 2 positions. Major triads. The way I teach major triads, if you're interested in knowing more about this, I have a free school community and a full course where you can learn these as well. I teach triads with left, center, and right approach. I wanna focus on my left forms for 1 week, and then the center forms, right forms. Again, same deal here, 12 keys. To each I don't mind, I can apply the same system here. I can say, okay, first off, I wanna learn the chords. Then there are, my memory might be wrong about these, I think there are 2 solos, right? So I could learn solo 1 is the 1 task, and then solo 2 I think is the complicated one, the intricate one. Solo 2, I can dedicate maybe more time to that. See, I have many different tasks in the list so that I can move to my next point, that is plan. And what I mean by planning, I literally mean when and what to practice. Right? I'm a big fan of diversifying. How many days can I practice? Let's say I can practice, 3 days a week. Let's say Monday and Wednesday and Friday. I want to practice this. So on Monday, I want to practice major scale, solo 1 of Which I don't mind. On Wednesday, I want to practice triads, solo 2. Friday, major scale, triad, refreshing, solo 1 and 2, the parts that I learned during the week. So this is my plan, and I can spread these out for 1, 2, 3 months at a time. And the more you practice, the more you will learn how long it takes for you to learn specific things. And the more you learn, the less time it's going to take. I'll be honest with you guys, this might seem overwhelming, but for a lot of my students, the opposite is overwhelming. When they have no plan in mind, everything seems gigantic. Like I push in front of you, okay, you need to learn all the major scales. It's so much material, right? We need to be able to divide that material, place it in little boxes like this one. The brain loves that because now we have a plan. We have a plan that is, I stop here, I can slow down for a while, need to go here, and then at the end, I'm on top of what I need to learn. And now to my next point that is very important, that is measuring. Why it is important? Because a lot of times we have no reference point for ourselves. So we just practice things and we don't even know if we're getting better or not, right? It's literally, again, gym example, you go to the gym, how do you know if you're getting better? Well, you need to lift more weight. If you're losing weight, you want to step on scale and understand if you're losing, or if you want to gain weight, you need to measure it somehow. Otherwise, the only perception that you have is yourself, and that's never a good plan. Because one day being fast might feel good and the other day might feel slow. Compared to what, really, right? So if we don't measure our progress, we will always feel, believe me, we are not doing enough. While in fact, maybe we're following a plan and we are progressing every day, but now we feel down. Why? Because we're just measuring ourselves, for example, against others. So we go online and we see a super fast guitar player and we're like, I'm slow. Slow compared to that guy, sure, but compared to yourself 1 month ago, are you faster or not? That's the real measurement. Again, going back to external or internal. The measuring system needs to be internal, needs to be your progress that you can measure and you can be proud of. So how do we measure things? A very hated metronome. The other one is, and think about achievements. So, okay, I had 5 positions and I am in week 4 or 5 and I am on track. How many keys do I have? And the other thing that I invite you guys to do, be scientific when you measure. So I'm always telling that, again, if you love the journey, if you like to learn, you find satisfaction in achieving goals and so on, you should have no problem measuring your progress and feeling really nothing, feeling just a accountability to yourself and really that will to get better. I'm hearing so much of this, and I say this myself a lot of times, is, oh, I just can't play that. I just can't play that off. It's so difficult. My question is always, wait a second, what is that you cannot play? Just the other day, we were playing a jazz standard with a student of mine, and he soloed on it, and it was pretty good, but there's one part of the song that just doesn't click yet, and that's okay. But I asked him, okay, how many bars have you improvised to, like, during this solo? You show me. And let's say we made up a number, right? Let's say 96 bars or something like that. And I was like, okay, how many of those bars you feel were kind of so-and-so-ish? She's like, well, this specific part of the song, like, was a 2/5 in different keys, one after the other. I can't really play. Okay, those were 3 bars. Repeated 3 times, okay, 9 bars. If you think about this number, okay, you played 9 bars so-and-so out of 96. So that measurement tells you where you are, scientifically speaking. It's not that you're great or you just suck, is I need to get better at this. And our student of mine was playing an intricate arrangement of a pop song, but like that we remade as a jazz arrangement. And there's so obviously many notes in the song, right? Let's say there are like 500 notes in the song, I don't know, chords included. And he kept playing wrong a little passage that, let's say, include like, I don't know, 12 notes, something like that. So if you really think about it, that's where he was at. But in his mind, he was just focusing on these 12 notes and was like, this is not good enough. That is a feeling. These are numbers. This is reality, right? So that's why measuring is super, super crucial when it comes to this. And my last point that I think I learned many, many years after I should have, is not wine, is celebrate 2 things. Celebrate your achievements and celebrate also the big goals. For achievements, I mean also micro steps in the way and achievement of big goals. Why is this important? Because that's how our brain works, in few words, right? If you are making an effort to achieve a certain goal and you achieve that goal, you gotta celebrate. You gotta teach your brain, wow, when I put my time in, I have the right reason, I put my time, I make a list, and I make a plan, I practice consistently for enough time, and through measurement, I find that that's an achievement. That's a reach step. Maybe it's not perfect yet, but you gotta celebrate that. You gotta teach your brain, great, that's how we do it. I hope this was interesting for you guys as well. It was for me when I learned all this stuff through the years, and only now I'm putting all this together. But if I can give everything in one talk, I think it's much easier. Careful again about these goals. These goals cannot be here. These goals cannot be for people to love my music, a lot of people to admire me. I'll tell you this story to end the video. For the longest time, I was playing pop R&B music when I was a teenager, right? Guess what? A lot of people liked it, and I felt, whoa, this is... But then I started studying jazz, and guess what? I do love jazz, but I do know it's less popular, right? And my friends kind of stopped coming to my live performances. And I don't blame them. But long story short, I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Why? Because I was stuck into this. I just really wanted my friends to like what I was doing, but then I had to shift into this. Why am I playing jazz? Because I love the music, I like to learn, right? And I need to accept that maybe not a lot of people like it, but I do. So my satisfaction need to come from my practice time for the songs that I write and I share, not for people liking what I do or coming to my shows, right? Those goals are very, very short-lived. I hope this helps. It certainly helped me. Find your reason, achieve your goals with time, list, plan, measure in a scientific manner, and celebrate your wins.